Hi guys, Brenda here with Unicorn Spit Canada and 39th Avenue Designs, and I just wanted to let you in on something that I've been playing around with. I've discovered a new Canadian-made resin. This company is called Resinate, and they're developing a couple of new two-part epoxies that artists can use. And I was really interested to learn a little bit more because, as you know, I really like working with Canadian companies. So this company is out of Calgary, Alberta. And they've developed two-part epoxy formulations. One is their Epoxy Resin, and the other one is a professional resin. So there's slight differences between the two. They both work great, and what really attracted me to the company is these are non-toxic products. So I think that's really important. And they also have, one of the formulations has the UV protectant, which I know a lot of people have been asking for in the unicorn spit world. So I'm just going to quickly talk to you about the differences and also show you a couple of pieces that I've coated with them. So the first one is the Resinate Epoxy. It's of course a two-part epoxy. It has a UV, not total protectant, but a formulation that slows that yellowing process that can happen with sun exposure. It can be used for artists who like to mix mica powder or pigments in with their resin. This formula is for you. One of the things I noticed that it does take longer to set, so it's between 12 and 16 hours to set before you can actually touch it and remove your tape. I like to remove my painter's tape off the bottom to cover the drips. I like to remove that while the product is still tacky before it's totally hardened. So I found that it was more like 12 hours before I could remove that. And I'm going to show you. So this is a galaxy I did in that. So you can kind of see it there. I really like it. The other plus, both of these formulations is a 1 to 2 minute mixing time. So that is fantastic. So when you're used to mixing for 12 minutes and you switch to something that's 1 to 2, it really makes a difference. Also, it makes a difference in the bubbles. So I found that there were virtually no bubbles in the formula. So I didn't even I didn't torch this or anything, and I did end up with a few, but certainly for not torching, it's amazing how few bubbles that you get. So that's that. Really nice hard coating. So that was with the regular two-part epoxy. Now there's a second one. It's called the Professional Resin, and this one is different. Is that you can't add pigment. So for artists who like to do that, the regular epoxy is the one you would pick. The Professional, they don't have a formulation where it can mix that. But the plus about this one that I'm sure a lot of people are going to really like is that it does have that UV blocking protection. So you don't have to worry about your project being in the sun. It's not going to fade. It's not going to yellow. The other thing I love about this one is it's set in about 4 hours where I could touch it. So I found that within 4 hours of pouring it, I was able to pick up the project and peel that tape back without it being tacky. So that's a real plus for me. I'm an impatient person and sometimes I'm doing resin at night and I want to be able to pull the tape before I go to bed, because if I wait till morning, it's on there solid. So I really like that about it. And I'm going to show you the piece I did with that. So this one was on canvas. The other was on cradled wood panel. So there you go. So again, a really nice finish. And this one, I know a lot of people, oops, it's coming off. A lot of people worry about pooling, and that's the other thing I found with this resin. It's quite lightweight. It doesn't have a lot of weight to it, so it doesn't weigh down. So I just, put a piece of a craft stick under there, just to keep it from pooling in the middle, and it certainly didn't. So yeah, so there's that project. So I really like it. It has a slight scent. I found, it's kind of funny, I found that the Professional smelled like cocoa, so it smells like chocolate, which is really nice. I don't know if other people will find that, but that's what I found. And this one on the cradled wood, I found that the regular epoxy smells like apples. So that's just me. I don't know if that's what other people are finding, but that's what I found with them. So I really love this product. I love the low bubbles. I love the 2-minute mixing time. It's fantastic. It pours beautifully. So if you get a chance, definitely give these two products a try. And I am in a minute going to do another pour with the regular resin, and you can see how nicely it is to work with.